ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 22, Verse 36. तत्र दानवदैत्यानां सङ्गाते भाव आसुरः दृष्ट्वा मदनुभावं वै सद्यः कुण्ठो विनङ्क्ष्यति. Because there you will see my supreme prowess. Your materialistic ideas and anxieties that have arisen from your association with the demons and Danavas will immediately be vanquished. So Vamana Dev is telling Bali Maharaj that in Sutala he is going to always see the Supreme Lord, and he's saying, because there you will see my supreme prowess, mat anubhavam, my super excellent power, my supreme prowess. Um, your materialistic ideas and anxieties that have arisen from your association with the demons and Danavas will immediately be vanquished. Now, this is true for all of us because we've had association of demons. We were demons in past lives. Mm. Maybe also to some extent in this life before coming into Krishna consciousness. So there'll be a lot of materialistic ideas, anxieties that are there in our heart. And the more we associate with the Supreme Lord, the more these things will go. Vaman Dev here is saying it will immediately be vanquished. Actually, the process of devotion is powerful enough to vanquish all these anarthas immediately. But unfortunately, sometimes it is our own weakness, hridaya daurbalya, because of which we don't accept the process wholeheartedly. And so then it takes time. Otherwise, the process of bhakti and especially the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, very, very powerful. The Lord assured Bali Maharaj of all protection. And finally, the Lord assured him of protection from the effects of bad association with the demons. So we should understand that once we take shelter of Supreme Lord, then He gives us protection both on the material front and spiritual front. Uh, we cannot say that it doesn't include material protection because we are in this, demoniac world. So many demoniac forces, basically non-devotional forces. Some are grossly demoniac, some are subtly demoniac, and we were having to live among them. The so-called society is not conducive for devotees to live. Um, so the Lord will protect us both externally and internally. Externally, our body and possessions, whatever He has given us to be used in His service, and also our bhakti, He protects. Um, but yeah, we have to be surrendered. That's all. Yesterday I was telling one devotee, he is not ready to, not that he's not ready, but he's not accepting guidance properly. And then he's not able to make progress and he's struggling. I said, then the solution is that you have to accept authority. And then he was saying, I don't know how to accept authority. I said, accepting authority is very simple. Simply follow whatever they say. How difficult is it? Don't use your intelligence. When you know that your intelligence is um troubling you or will take you away, don't use your intelligence. Simply accept authority. Simply accept instructions of somebody superior to you and follow it. So it's not very difficult to accept authority, but our independent mind, our anarthas in our heart don't allow us to accept authority. And then I was telling that devotee saying that there are so many other devotees who are so nicely taking instructions and making progress. And that it's not difficult. But the difficult part is our free will, our freedom, our independence. This is our whole problem. Mm. And then we get stuck in material life, in material thoughts, in material ideas, etc. Mm. Bali Maharaj certainly became an exalted devotee, but he was somewhat anxious because his association was not purely devotion. And all devotees have to be anxious about this. They have to be anxious about the non devotee association they have. Sometimes this non devotee association is inside the house. Sometimes it's parents, it's in laws, it's relatives, it's neighbors, it's people at work, and sometimes our own mind. When we are not in the middle of association, our own mind becomes uh, non devotional, not purely devotional. So then we have to be afraid. We have to be afraid of this non devotional association. The Supreme Personality of Godhead therefore assured him that his demoniac mentality would be annihilated. And this is, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi sahya vyavasito hi saha kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Kshipram. So Krishna is saying kshipram very quickly. You'll become a dharmatma. And we have to just stick to the process. That's the whole point. If we don't stick to the process, if we want to use our independence, then na shoshati vinangshati. Krishna subsequently tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, saying, you will get lost. You will be lost in this world if you don't take shelter of me. So, again, I'm repeating, shelter of Krishna means shelter of Guru, shelter of devotees who are guiding us. Shelter means following instructions. So, it's a very, very simple process. And unfortunately, devotees just sometimes make it complicated by not accepting authority, by not willing to follow. In other words, by the association of devotees, see, same thing Prabhupada is saying. By the association of devotees, demoniac mentality is vanquished. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Oh, we already read this yesterday. Nobody told. Bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha. When a demon associates with devotees engaged in glorifying the Supreme Lord, he gradually becomes a pure devotee. Every verse can be spoken in uh, nana artha. Various different ways it can be glorified. Bhagavatam is so amazing. Hmm. And maybe Krishna wanted the message to go to somebody. So he made me speak this verse again. So it's only in the association of devotees, by taking instructions, guidance from devotees, that we can make progress. Hmm. So previously we were saying Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpan. Now the challenge I'm seeing is that devotees, by the time they get initiated, it will be a few years. By that time they've already developed this free will, this desire, or or rather they've never curtailed their independence. They continue to use their independence to live freely, to live independently. Now, how will they suddenly change at initiation? So it's a realization that surrender at the time of initiation begins from by surrendering earlier on. And if one doesn't surrender to authority, there's no question of initiation. It is a message for somebody. Okay. So we have to take shelter. We have to accept guidance. Otherwise, there's no hope of making progress. There's no hope of making progress. Uh, we might be giving the best class, we might be doing the best kirtan, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be temporary. We can't say that it's external. It's there, it's real, but it will become temporary. Very soon we might just give up everything. It's so dangerous. This independent mindset is very, very dangerous. And I was today in the morning, I was actually thanking Krishna and praying that he keeps me in the middle of all these amazing devotees that are there, who are themselves, not only themselves serious, sincere, but also surrendered. So it's inspiration for me to also be serious, sincere, and surrendered to authorities. And one is fortunate to be in the middle of such association. It doesn't happen just like that. It's special mercy of Lord if we are in the midst of quality association. Especially in today's world, it's very, very difficult. There are devotees, but they will not be pure. They will have material intentions, etc., etc. And such association is worthless. It's of no use. Association means pure devotees association. Mm. So please understand that it is only association of devotees that can make us progress, not otherwise. Okay. So pretty much this is uh, yeah. Next chapter is yeah. Okay, we'll read this also. Basically, demigods regain the heavenly planets. That's what it is. Shri Shuka Vacha. इत्युक्तवन्तं पुरुषं पुरातनं महानुभावो किल साधु सम्मतः बद्धाञ्जलिर्भाष्प कलाकुलेक्षणो भक्त्युत्कलो गद्गदया गिराब्रवीत्. Gadgadaya. Shukadeva Goswami said, when the supreme, ancient, eternal personality of Godhead had thus spoken to Bali Maharaj, who is universally accepted as a pure devotee of the Lord, and therefore a great soul. In Kannada also we have this word, Mahanubhava. Hmm. Bali Maharaj, his eyes filled with tears, his hands folded, and his voice faltering in devotional ecstasy, responded as follows. So, such mercy, when the devotee becomes recipient of the mercy of the Supreme Lord, so naturally he experiences bhava. So, these are signs of bhava. His eyes filled with tears, his hands folded, and his voice faltering in devotional ecstasy. He responded as follows. Shri Baliruvacha. अहो प्रणम्य कृतः समुद्यमः प्रपन्नभक्तार्थविधौ समाहितः यल्लोकपालैस्त्वदनुग्रहो मरैरलब्धपूर्वोपशदे सुरेर्पितः. Bali Maharaj said, what a wonderful effect there is in even attempting to offer respectful obeisances unto you. So it's such a beautiful statement. What a wonderful effect there is in even attempting to offer respectful obeisances to you. I merely endeavor to offer you obeisances, Bali Maharaj is saying. But nonetheless, the attempt was as successful as those of pure devotees. Of course, he's putting himself in a lower position for obvious reasons. Externally, he seemed to have acted on a lower platform. So he's saying that though I just endeavor to offer you obeisances, the result was as successful as those of pure devotees. The causeless mercy you have shown to me, a fallen demon, was never achieved even by the demigods or the leaders of the various planets. When Vamadeva appeared before Bali Maharaj immediately wanted to offer him respectful obeisances, but he was unable to do so because of the presence of Shukracharya and the other demoniac associates. The Lord is so merciful, however, that although Bali Maharaj did not actually offer obeisances, but only endeavored to do so within his mind, The Supreme Lord blessed him with more mercy than even the demigods could ever expect. See, now these things we cannot understand. Acharyas only reveal this. Now we might think why Bali Maharaj did not offer, why is it being said that he only endeavored? So Prabhupada is explaining that when Vamandev appeared, he did not offer obeisances. He only offered obeisances in the mind. Of course, it's not completely understandable because Vamanadev appeared as Brahmana, and if he had offered obeisances to Brahmanas, nobody would have objected. But anyway, we can't understand. Some of these things have variations in terms of details, etc. So we should just understand that, okay, this is also true. How it is true, we can't understand. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Bhavagrahi Janardana because he takes only the essence of a devotee's attitude, of course. We can't just take this statement out of, and to suit our convenience. Krishna is Bhavagrahi. So I will do whatever I want. Mm, mm. So, no, there are rules to be followed because we are still in the Vaidi platform. What does this mean? That even if somebody is not able to fully follow the rules, for example, now there are so many devotees who sing bhajans without proper pronunciation. Now, the Lord, I mean, we might be so jittery, at least I am very jittery when I see devotees not pronouncing the words properly because it means something else. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is bhavagrahi. So he will still accept the mood of devotion that the devotee is offering, even though his pronunciation might be wrong. And I try to keep reminding myself, saying that don't be such a jerk. Yes, okay, it's important. Okay, I have a responsibility of training devotees, so it's important for me to let them know. But it's not that Krishna is not accepting their service because I know that these devotees have devotion for Krishna. So then it's a matter of just, letting them know that they have to correct themselves so that they will be more pakka in terms of their devotion. It doesn't mean that their devotion is some low class devotion because they're not able to pronounce the words properly. No. This is what is the meaning of bhavagrahi. It doesn't mean that, I do intentionally do nonsense and say, okay, Krishna will just accept the mood. It doesn't matter. No, Krishna will not accept that nonsense. Hmm? Namno balad yasya papa buddhi. Sometimes devotees they think that this namno balad yasya papa buddhi means only with respect to harinama. No. It is with respect to anything in devotional service. If we take things for granted, we will be thrown out. We will be punished initially. Even after being punished, if we don't rectify ourselves, then we might be thrown out. Because Krishna doesn't entertain nonsense. Of course, we might still remain like devotees. We might still wear, whatever, tilak, kanti, mala, etc. But actually, from Krishna's perspective, we are now no longer a devotee. So we can't take these things for granted. Mm. Mm. Like yesterday, I saw one message from my Guru Maharaj which said that, Prabhupada said, if you want to understand me, read my books. So similarly, Maharaj is also saying, if you want to understand me, read my books. And it's been 15 years in devotional service, like a devotional life, but I'm not like seriously taken up to reading Maharaj's books. So then I thought, saying, see, this is important. That means that I'm not following properly. Whimsically, I'm doing some devotion. So then, we have to then say, okay, now fix a schedule to read Maharaj's books. So like this, we cannot just remain, oh, no, no, I have so much devotion for Krishna. It doesn't matter if I don't follow my Guru Maharaj's instructions. No, it's an instruction. It has to be followed. And every disciple has to follow. So these things are important. So we should not, escape by stating Bhavagrahi Janardana. Of course, Krishna is Bhavagrahi. If even after our attempt, we are not able to understand, we are not perfect, we do mistakes. But if you are doing it with the right spirit, Krishna will accept. For example, yesterday I saw, garland for offered to Prabhupada here. The bunch of rose flowers which were right near Prabhupada's face were spoiled. Now, obviously, devotees did not do it intentionally, but when it was offered, it became like that. So then, okay, then I said, I changed I made the lower part, reversed it or whatever. Right? Put the upper part low down and the lower part up, and then again some devotee came and changed it back. So I thought, okay, Prabhupada wants it that way. What can I do? I changed it, but so it's like this. We can't understand. We can't understand because they all accept the bhava. Somebody has done it sincerely, they will accept. But doesn't mean that we can be careless about it. But still, Krishna accepts bhava. We should not take it for granted. Hmm. Hmm. If a devotee sincerely surrenders, the Lord as a super soul in everyone's heart immediately understands this. We can't understand, but Krishna can understand. If we are cheating, that also Krishna can understand. I've told this multiple times. In case you want to practice devotion, you want to become a pure devotee, and you are not intentionally, you are not following properly, Krishna will see for some time, will give us an opportunity to correct ourselves. And even after that, if we don't, he will take things in his hands. And then that is going to be very difficult. So we better simply put our head down, give up our nonsense free will and simply follow instructions. Or be ready for getting beaten up. And then when Krishna takes control, it's very nasty. It gets very difficult, because then it becomes very painful. Of course, Krishna will not let us fall down, but why unnecessarily go through struggle when we can simply, accept whatever is being told and simply follow? Mm. But sometimes our previous life vasanas can be difficult. Mm. It's okay if you don't desire at all, then it's fine. Then Krishna does not bother. If you don't desire pure devotion, if you don't desire perfection in this life, then Krishna will say, okay, it's fine. You come. Whatever speed you want to come, you come. I'm patiently waiting. I have no problem. But when somebody says, no, 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 I want to achieve perfection in this life, I want to become pure devotee, and then they are not doing things accordingly, then Krishna will have to interfere. And that can be very tough. Can be very tough. Huh. Thus, even though externally a devotee may not render full service, if he is internally sincere and serious, the Lord welcomes his service nonetheless. See this sincere, serious, we have to keep noting this. Sincere, serious. Everywhere Prabhupada talks about this. If he is internally sincere and serious, externally a devotee may not render full service. Now there might be different reasons for this. Not that he is just lazy. Because if he is lazy, then he is not sincere and surrendered. He is sincere and serious. So there might be practical difficulties sometimes to do full service, to render full service. There's some devotees who can't completely offer obeisances, but Krishna knows their state and why they cannot offer obeisances. So he's not going to mind. Mm. In fact, in such cases, such devotees, if they offer obeisances, Krishna will also feel pain. Saying, oh, no, 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 my dear devotee, why taking so much trouble? Because, and he'll be happy, he'll be very happy. But he's also okay. He's not saying, no, 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 why you're not offering obeisances? No, because he knows the sincerity, seriousness in our heart. Thus, the Lord is known as Bhavagrahi Janardana because he takes the essence of one's devotional mentality. Hmm? Is if our bhava is there's no bhava, or if there's material bhava, that also is his, and he feels bad for us. Saying, why is this, this jiva got an opportunity to come in touch with Srila Prabhupada. And even after coming in touch with Srila Prabhupada, if one is wasting their life, then it's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Because we can't get a better master than Srila Prabhupada. Mm. So he's clearly paved our way back to home, back to Godhead. He's given us the path to perfection. All we have to do is simply follow. But then many times devotees don't understand Prabhupada's mood and then misinterpret him to suit their convenience. That's not going to help either. That's not going to help either. Because we can cheat externally, but we can't cheat Krishna. We can't cheat Prabhupada. Prabhupada might be merciful. Yes, he was merciful, but he was also strict. I sent one quotation in our group saying that Prabhupada was strict. Prabhupada used to, if anybody did any mistake, he never hesitated to tell them. Of course, then we might say, no, 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 but he's Prabhupada. No, but he's teaching people who are training, he's teaching how training has to happen. And he's teaching those who are getting trained to be ready to accept chastisement. Mm. Of course, it's difficult for people who are training, who are giving training, because they might then feel that they have an upper hand. No, they don't have an upper hand. They just have, it's a service. In English, there's a saying called thankless service, meaning it's very difficult. That's why once in one of the Vyas Puja lectures, initiation lectures, my Guru Maharaj said that it's very difficult to be a guru. It's actually non-Vaishnava to be a guru. Because Vaishnava doesn't like to do all these things, chastise others, but so you're saying in that lecture, saying, but what to do? This is the service that I'm doing to my guru. Hmm. So we have to do it. It might be hard. It might be hard on us only many a times. But we have to do it with full humility, understanding that it's just my service to my guru. So, which is why, taking mm, such positions of being, guiding other devotees can be very, very difficult, can be very painful. So, unless we are in the right consciousness, it can hurt. Okay, anyway, so the Lord is Bhavagrahi. Shishukavacha. इत्युक्त्वा हरिमानत्य ब्रह्माणं सभवं ततः विवेश सुतलं प्रीतो बलिर्मुक्तः सहा सुरैः. Shukadeva Goswami continued. After speaking in this way, Bali Maharaj offered his obeisances first to the Supreme Lord Hari and then to Lord Brahma and Shiva. Thus he was released from the bondage of Nagapasha, the ropes of Varuna, and in full satisfaction, he entered the planet known as Sutala. Thus, having delivered the proprietorship of the heavenly planets to Indra, and having fulfilled the desire of Aditi, mother of the demigods, the Supreme Lord ruled the affairs of the universe. So, which means that he is always in control. So, he did all this because of Aditi. So, then he gives the proprietorship of the heavenly planets back to Indra, and then he established order as required. When Prahlad Maharaj heard how Bali Maharaj, his grandson and descendant, had been released from bondage and had achieved the benediction of the Lord, he spoke as follows in a tone of greatly ecstatic devotion. Bhakti Pravanaha. Fully ecstatic devotion. Okay. Sri Prarhada Uvacha. Nemam virincho labate prasadam na shrir na sarva na sharva kimuta parenye yanno suranam asi durga palo vishwabhivandyer abhivanditangrihi. Prahlad Maharaj said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are universally worshipped. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship your lotus feet. Yet, although you are such a great personality, you kindly promised to protect us, the demons. I think that such kindness has never been achieved even by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. What to speak of other demigods or common people? The word Durgapala is significant. The word Durga means that which does not go very easily. Generally, Durga refers to a fort which one cannot very easily enter. Another meaning of Durga is difficulty. Because the Supreme Person of Godhead promised to protect Bali Maharaj and his associates from all dangers. He is addressed here as Durga Pala, the Lord who gives protection from all miserable conditions. And this the Lord does to all devotees, protects them. Mm. Yeah, which is why, I was, again, some very enlightening conversations I had yesterday. One devotee was simply saying that the devotee doesn't expect anything from Krishna and happily accepts everything as Krishna's mercy. Hmm. And I was telling the devotee, saying that, I only speak of this in classes, but you are putting it in practice. Uh, so, such exalted position, so everything continuously that devotee has been suffering for quite years now. And devotee doesn't expect anything from Krishna. No cure for suffering, no nothing. Mm. So this is very very high class devotion. Just not asking anything from Krishna, even in the midst of severe suffering, and just taking everything happily, smilingly, as Krishna's will, Krishna's desire. Mm. So after that conversation, my mood has also changed, but I don't know how long I will retain that mood, because I'm a fallen soul. So again, I might go back to my old ways, uh, like that tale of a dog. Um, but yeah, so we can learn that devotees are actually putting these things in practice and they're experiencing happiness in Krishna consciousness. Even though externally they seem to be going through so much of trouble, but internally they are not experiencing pain. They're happy in devotion. Mm. So Shastra is giving us this direction. So if we actually can follow it, then we'll experience whatever is being said, which is the happiness in surrender. Mm. Just smilingly. I'm now, I'm speaking this to myself. Smilingly accept whatever comes in our life as Krishna's mercy, Krishna's desire, Krishna's will. Mm. Mm. And yeah, we need to practice this. It's difficult, but it's important. यत्पादपद्ममकरन्दनिषेवणेन ब्रह्मादयः शरणदास्नुवते विभूतिः कस्माद्वयं कुसृतयः खलयोनयस्ते दाक्षिण्यदृष्टिपदवीं भवतः प्रणीताः. A supreme shelter of everyone, great personalities like Brahma enjoy their perfection simply by tasting the honey of rendering service at your lotus feet. That is their perfection. It's to, offer service at the lotus feet of the Lord. But as far as us who are all rogues and debauchees, born of an envious family of demons, how have we received your mercy? It has been possible only because your mercy is causeless. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying that, we are born in such a low class family. Khala yonayaha. Khala means demons. Kushrutayaha, rogues and thieves. Mm. But he's saying it's just your mercy, just your causeless mercy. Dakshinya drishti padavim. Dakshinya drishti. Dakshinya means merciful glance. Dakshinya drishti. And we can also understand Prahlad Maharaj's such a humble position. Uh, he achieved perfection. But still, he was, he was not puffed up about it. He was not proud about it. He's saying, how is it possible that you can give us mercy for people like us who are born in such fallen families? It's only your causeless mercy. Chitram tavehitam mahomita yogamaya lila visrushta bhuvanasya visharadasya sarvatmanas samadrusho vishamah swabhavo bhakta priyo yadasi kalpataru swabhavaha. O my Lord, your pastimes are all wonderfully performed by your inconceivable spiritual energy, and by her perverted reflection, the material energy, you have created all the universes. As the super soul of all living entities, you are aware of everything, and therefore you are certainly equal toward everyone. Nonetheless, you favor your devotees. This is not partiality, however, for your characteristic is just like that of a desire tree, which yields everything according to one's desire. Mm. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.29, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. Whoever serves me in devotion is a friend, is in me. He's a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Is in me means is in my mind, mm, not merging into Krishna. Supreme Person of Godhead is certainly equal toward all living entities, but a devotee who fully surrenders at the lotus feet of the Lord is different from a non-devotee. Again, now we have to be clear. This word surrender at the lotus feet of Lord means surrender at the lotus feet of spiritual master. Surrender at lotus feet of spiritual master means giving up freedom and following instructions. This is surrender. And how does that surrender manifest? Anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjanam, shadvida sharanagati. So six aspects of devotion, of surrender. In other words, everyone can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord to enjoy equal benedictions from the Lord. But non-devotees do not do so, or partial devotees do not do so fully. And therefore, they suffer the consequences created by the material energy. We can understand this fact by a simple example. The king or government is equal to all citizens. Therefore, if a citizen capable of receiving special favors from the government is offered such favors, does that mean that the government is partial? One who knows how to receive favors from the authority can receive them. But one who does not neglects these favors and does not receive them. There are two classes of men, demons and demigods. The demigods are fully aware of the Supreme Lord's position and therefore they are obedient to him. But even if demons know about the supremacy of the Lord, they purposely defy his authority. It's the same thing with Guru also. We know the supreme position of Guru. Uh, he is a most exalted representative of the Supreme Lord. Uh, but still purposely we defy his authority. Therefore, the Lord makes distinctions according to the mentality of the living being, but otherwise he is equal to everyone. Like a desire tree, the Lord fulfills the desires of one who takes shelter of him. But one who does not take such shelter is distinct from the surrendered soul. One who takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord is favored by the Lord, regardless of whether such a person is a demon or a demigod. So, Krishna favors his devotees. And Prabhupada says that it's not partiality. This verse, translation Prabhupada says, is not partiality. He can give everything, but then one has to go to him. And the devotees go to him, not wanting material desires, but even even if we have spiritual desires, Krishna is the only one who can fulfill it. We can't. We don't have it in our power. We can only make the attempt. We can only try. But it's only his causeless mercy. We can't say that, oh, Krishna, see, I am desiring this so much for your pleasure. Please, you should give it. Devotees might say that out of extreme love and affection to the Lord, but it is not philosophically correct. Philosophically, we cannot order Krishna, saying, Krishna, you have to give mercy like this. No. But Krishna favors devotees. Krishna sees what is good for us, and then he will do the needful. So we have to just have faith and wait. We have to just have faith and be tolerant, and yeah, Krishna will give his mercy. Okay, so I'll stop here if anybody has any questions, comments. Anything? Okay, there are no comments. Then we'll close. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatrikeshta Kripa Sindhu Bheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Prabhu. Pranam
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Prabhu.